The hardest thing for people to figure out is really what is their dream. In other words, what does their soul really want? It isn't easy to know what your soul's desire is. If it were, none of us would be in the fixes that we're in. None of us would be suffering as much as we are. And today, there's all this emphasis, there's sort of a cultural narcissism. Whatever I want is the most important thing. And then we hear these sort of bumper sticker approaches to follow your bliss or live your dream. And the problem with that is we don't know who we are. We don't know who's really telling us that this is our dream or this is our bliss, or where that's really coming from in the psychology of ourself. So midlife crisis is really common. I've been working so hard, always doing everything I needed to do to succeed or fulfill my self-concept, do what was ever on my Post-it notes. And I'm exhausted because I can never satisfy it. Because success will never make me feel satisfied, because there's nothing I can do that will make me feel like I'm okay. Because feeling like I am okay doesn't come from what I do. It comes from being in contact with who we really are. And so that effort exhausts us. So we live in this world of, I've got to achieve, I've got to do this, I've got to do more, I've got to suck it up, I've got to have more self-discipline, I've just got to do whatever it takes. And right at that moment, we hear this voice, live your dream, follow your bliss. And we say, you know what my dream is? A 22-year-old Barbie doll and a red Ferrari. Yes, that's what I really want. Thanks for permission. So you go run off and get that, and then you find out that that is nothing but emptiness and causes nothing but suffering. And I thought you were the guy who told me I should do what I want to do. No, I'm the guy who told you that you should follow your soul's desire. Okay, smart guy, so how do I know what my soul's desire is? There's a part of us that wants relief by maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. It's the part of us that is driven by wants. Unsatisfied wants are what drive us. As soon as a want is satisfied, it no longer drives us. So, if we're really frustrated with how hard we're working, we don't have time for any vacations, our spouse is not responsive to us, our kids are driving us nuts, what do we want? We want relief. Is that what our soul wants? I doubt it. Our soul doesn't need relief. Our emotions need relief. So anytime we think that we have a lack and that following our dream will fill that thing that is missing in us, it's not our soul's desire. So, what do I really want? I want to be a rock star. Oh, really? Well, why do you want to be a rock star? Gosh, I just want to be up on stage and turn lots of people on and have them, everybody want to come to my dressing room after, whatever it is. I want the life of a rock star. It seems so exciting and it's so affirming. Well, it sounds to me like what's missing in your life is excitement and affirmation. And you know what? You're never going to get that from a crowd. Because what you want will not fill you up. It's what does your soul desire. So let's put it a different way. Let's say you want to play music and you want to play rock and roll music. And why do you want to do it? Because it's the best expression of your soul's desire. Whatever the audience does, however famous you are or not famous you are, doesn't really matter. This is a question I often ask. Sometimes I run into young people and say, oh, I really want to be an actor. That's what I really want to do. Oh, really? So how many little theater programs are you in? Oh, no, I want to be in the movies. Oh, you want to be a movie star. Because if you really wanted to be an actor, you'd be acting. Because there's plenty of chances to act. You can act any day of the year in almost any community in America. So don't confuse with being an actor with wanting to be a movie star. Now, what is attractive about being a movie star? Well, I can get tables at restaurants and meals for free. I'll be recognized and famous. In other words, I'll be filled up from what is missing in me, which is a sense of affirmation. So I liken it to kind of climbing the Matterhorn. In other words, if our life is this mountain, and we first start off as a child, and as a young child, all we want is maximize pleasure and minimize pain. We want a clean diaper and a warm bottle. That's what we want. So we finally get out of that stage of just demanding or manipulating to get what we want. We get to the next stage of self-control. We are going to earn our self-worth. We are going to prove to the world that we are a viable and valuable person. And as we climb the mountain gets steeper as we try to do that. And the mountain gets so steep, we just can't go any further. We get so exhausted. What we want to do is we look over the edge, we look up at the summit. What is the summit? The summit is going to this place where you finally discover your soul's desire. Huh? I don't even get it. Now the summit's all in a fog. You know what I really want? Down below it looks so great. There's swimming pools and golf courses and everything. I'm just going to jump off the mountain into self-indulgence. So we actually confuse what I call willfulness with what our soul desires really is. So how do you know the difference? If what we want is to relieve a pain or a lack we feel, that is not our soul's desire, because our soul is not in pain and our soul lacks nothing. What our soul wants is to express our design in exactly the highest way it possibly can be expressed. It doesn't need fame. It doesn't need affirmation. It doesn't need worldly success. It just needs opportunity.